Welcome once again. This is News Tonight at 8. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and this is your news. But first, though, let's look at the top stories. In our headlines tonight, Muslim leaders condemn terror and call for peace polls. Hundreds attend Cedric's Requiem service at Lubaga. Youthful NRM members seek to unseat the old guard. And lastly, Manafua resident are compensated with 29 million after chopper mishap. Now, hundreds of Muslims gathered at the Uganda National Mosque in Old Kampala this morning to mark Eid al-Adha, one of the holiest days in the Islamic calendar. The Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Ramadan Mubaje, delivered a passionate message of peace and tolerance, condemning those who commit acts of terror under the guise of the religion. Let's hear more in this report.
Muslims from all walks of life thronged the Uganda National Mosque in Old Kampala to observe Eid al-Adha, one of the holiest days in the Islamic calendar. During his sermon, the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Ramadan Mubaje, delivered a message of peace and tolerance, condemning those using Islam to commit heinous acts.
Islam is a religion of peace. There is no room for violence, no terrorism in our religion. Those who are doing it at their own, not representing Islam. Islam is a religion of peace. But it's very saddening to hear that every act of terrorism and violence, there is a name, Usman, Suleiman. What happened recently is something which is still in our minds. How are we going to claim that Islam is a religion of peace when some of our people, the same, being caught in acts?
He also cautioned Muslim leaders not to allow politicians to use the pulpit to promote divisive politics.
As we approach the election season, we call upon all Muslims, in particular and Ugandans at large, to maintain peace and stability. UMS's places of worship and religious functions should not be used as platforms for campaigning and for divisive politics. Sheikhs and chairpersons at all levels have been cautioned, and there is a circular in place which goes down to the grassroots mosques.
The second deputy Mufti, Sheikh Muhammad Haruna Bukenya, reminded Muslims of the importance of sacrifice during this holy period.
We support the poor, improve lives, and express our gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Our father Ibrahim alayhi salam. We remember Ismail alayhi salam. And at the same time, we do the sunnah of sacrifice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability within today and the 3 days following after today to give us the ability to slaughter animals.
Among the congregants was the Sudanese community, who offered heartfelt prayers for peace to return to their conflict-hit homeland.
For leaders of Sudanese who are fighting, I'm saying to them, stop war, and we are seeking for peace. We are refugees and many countries, so make peace for our country, and we come back to our country peace.
We are so happy, so excited to be part of this big community. Everyone is excited. We're going to go out there and share with our families, slaughter, share with the neighbors, and yeah, very excited.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Well, thank you very much there, Saddam Mobali. Now, Kibuli Mosque had early this Friday filled up to capacity as thousands of Muslims gathered for Eid Mubarak celebrations, Eid al-Adha celebrations, I beg your pardon. Now, the prayers were led by Sheikh Mohammed Shaban Galabzi, the Supreme Mufti, who urged Muslims to participate in the ongoing National Identification Renew exercise, as we hear more in this report.
The Supreme Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Mohammed Shaban Galavuzi, led the Kibuli Mosque Eid Day prayers. La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. The guest preacher was Sheikh Isaac Mutengu, who condemned sectarianism and decried moral decay among the population.
But now we have to leave a legacy to our children. Generation this generation of ours has rotted too much. We have no shame at all. Omusajja n'ogenda mu TV y'eggwanga n'olimba ensi nga buli omu ashikana nti olimba bulimbi.
The titular head of Muslims in Uganda, Prince Dr. Kasim Manachibinge, hosted the faithful for a meal at his residence. He welcomed President Museveni's apology made 2 weeks ago, but urged him to follow through by correcting the wrongs, including releasing political prisoners.
That was very statesmanship of him to apologize, knowing that it is humans who err, but we're only saying that now that you appreciate that there's a lot that has gone wrong, please take this time off and correct the mistakes that have been made. We think that there's a lot that can be done to make Uganda a better place. Try to extend an olive branch to all your detractors. We think that you should be able to initiate meaningful dialogue with members of the opposition.
He also encouraged the citizens to participate in the forthcoming general elections.
We ask all Ugandans that look at your documents and be sure they are valid in January 2026 so that you vote, and we ask you to look and internalize the messages given to you by all the contestants. Listen to them, internalize their message, and when it's time of voting, take a decision from a position of knowledge. Get to know what you want and who will stand for those interests you have. I want to appeal to all Ugandans, especially the youth, that this is an electoral process. They should maintain law and order. There is no need to be violent. There is no need for extremism.
Eid Mubarak, meaning festival of sacrifice, is marked globally through the slaughter of animals like sheep, goats, and cows. It is celebrated annually following a day of fasting. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kibuli.
Allahu Akbar.
Now, relatedly, Muslims across Uganda have joined the rest of the world in celebrating Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice. While some religious leaders use the occasion to condemn acts of terrorism, like the recent Munyonyo bombing, others called on citizens, especially the youth, to promote peace as the country heads towards the elections.
Muslims across Uganda have this Friday been celebrating Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice. In Busia municipality, Eid prayers were led by District Kadi Juma Jamili Obadio, who appealed to politicians to conduct peaceful campaigns. Obadio also noted that the local Muslim community was blessed with cattle donated by Turkish partners for sacrificial rites. Dr. Lumumba Sam Wesonga Michael Kajuba and youth leader Arafat Hassan also called on young people across the country not to allow themselves to be used in acts of political violence.
That will be led by Ugandans who are action-oriented, who are people-centered, who are solution-centered. Let us not vote for people who are going to come and lie to us. People who are going to come and give us money during elections, but after elections they are going to forget about us.
Let's not be misused by anyone who is paying us money to abuse politicians, opponents. We take this opportunity to tell youths that during this era of election, we should support wisely. We should support wisely and not engage into any chaos that is going to cause instabilities within our country.
In Jinja, Sheikh Hussein Boa condemned the recent Munyonyo bombing during Martyrs' Day celebrations and emphasized the role of parenting in guiding children towards morality and peace.
We have seen in the last few days a Muslim intending to kill non-Muslims in Munyonyo. That's non-Islam. And you are not sending a message, an Islamic message to people. You are destroying Islam.
In Kagadi, Sheikh Ibrahim Muhammad encouraged Muslims to share sacrificial meat with relatives, neighbors and the needy while upholding the 5 pillars of Islam.
First portion, you give it to you and your family. It is yours and the family. Then the second portion, it is for your neighbors and the friends.
Meanwhile, in Chibale district, Imam Abdul Rahman Niwagaba of Kabuga Bilal Mosque used his sermon to rally support for President Museveni and NRM candidates, urging the Muslim community to back the party in both primaries and general elections.
NRM government that one can develop economically.
The day's prayers in Chibale were followed by a fundraising drive, during which at least 20 million was raised for the renovation of Kabuga Bilal Mosque. In Rukunjiri, Idi prayers were dominated by calls for the release of opposition figure Dr. Kiza Besigye, who has been detained for over 6 months. Former MP Mogume Roland Kaginda called on government to respect citizens' rights and urged Muslims to set aside political differences in favor of unity.
The Constitution is clear. If you put someone in a prison for 6 months and you investigate and you find the person has no case, you release that person unconditionally.
Sheikh Turia Singura Muhammad, who led prayers in Rukunjiri, reminded believers to use this period to renew their relationship with Allah. In Masindi, the Turkish government, through its Dynanet and Halba Foundation, donated over 7,000 heads of cattle for slaughter. Meat was distributed across Masindi, Nakasongola, Chiliandongo and Bulisa.
From Turkey, we want to appreciate your effort, which has been here persistently right away from the year 2015 to date.
Sheikh Yahya Mugisa thanked the Muslim community for their turnout and encouraged them to embrace government programs like the parish development model.
Government for the good governance and the peace which we have in Masindi.
Sheikh Osman Toprak, a Turkish envoy, noted that the global Muslim fraternity was united in sacrifice and solidarity during this holy season.
Uganda'nın 10 farklı bölgesinde in Uganda they are making sacrifices in 10 districts.
Yaklaşık 7.000 büyükbaş hayvanı,
almost 7,000, 7,000 cows.
In Soro district, Sheikh Shafi Bakore, the deputy district Kadi, several Muslim leaders and community members voiced their frustration, accusing the Kisoro District Service Commission of favoritism against Muslim applicants.
Now, the Muslim community in Busia, like others around the world, gathered to celebrate the Eid at Madibera Playground in Busia municipality. The Eid prayers were led by Jamil Obadio, the Busia district Muslim cadre, who called on politicians in Busia and across the country to conduct peaceful campaigns.
Who are action-oriented, who are people-centered, who are solution-centered. Let us not vote for people who are going to come and lie to us. People who are going to come and give us money during elections, but after elections they are going to forget about us. The time is now for young people to take over. In Busia, in eastern Uganda, and you know I'm coming for NRM Vice Chairperson's sake, eastern Uganda, and for Uganda at large. Most importantly, let us remember that Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, our president, is still alive and is still healthy and still young in body and mind. Let us support him, but most importantly, the people of Busia, kudole abandu abecho kuire Busia yefe more money. Asante sana.
Used by politicians in the way that is wrong. Reasonably, they are the energetic, they are the wise, and we take this opportunity to tell all youths in the whole country that during this era of elections, let's not be misused by anyone who is paying us money to abuse politicians, opponents. We take this opportunity to tell youths that during this era of election, we should support wisely. We should support wisely and not engage into any chaos that is going to cause instabilities within.
Now, State Minister for Luwero Rwenzori Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, has urged residents to put aside political division and focus on community development. Speaking during the Eid prayers at Luwero Main Mosque, the State Minister for Luwero Rwenzori Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, assured the Muslim community that government is aware of their challenges and is committed to address them.
State Minister for the Luwero Rwenzori Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, joined Luwero residents to mark Eid Adhuha that was marked at Luwero Main Mosque. Minister Kaboyo emphasized national unity and called on citizens to support government programs aimed at improving livelihoods.
I've talked about, our issues here in Luwero, our political issues, our issues in the communities, joblessness, lack of skilling. We have agreed that we should come back and have a meeting with all different faiths and come up with a master plan for our community or our district.
The Luwero Eid prayers were led by Sheikh Abdul Musa Sebufu, while Deputy District Kadi Hamis Twaha Lubega used the sermon to caution against the misuse of social media to malign leaders.
Even there are some elders who misuse the social media. We should use the social media according to the teachings of Islam. That is seeking knowledge, developmental messages, but not abusing and insulting the elders or the leaders or our friends.
I appreciate and thank the Almighty Allah for letting us reach this grateful day of Eid Adhuha. I thank him for whatever he has provided us as Ugandans, and I pray to him that he makes us able to reach another Eid that is coming the next year. I also pray that he enables us to pass through the coming elections in Uganda in a peaceful way.
The head teacher of Luwero Muslim Secondary School also appealed for government intervention to improve the school's deteriorating infrastructure. Kaboyo pledged to follow up with the Ministry of Education to secure support.
We gave in 3 acres to the government so as to set up either a city secondary school or a government grant-aided school so that it benefits the community. As Muslims, we are supportive to this government, which is led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and in case our call is answered, it will be a blessing to the Muslim community and the community as well.
It's been on for a very long time. I understand they wrote in 2017 and they want it as a seed school. We don't have a seed school near here, so I agree with them and I'm going to follow it up for them.
Charity Marine Imnat and Andres Sebira for UBC.
Again, as Muslims around the world celebrate Eid, the Turkish community in Uganda is marking the occasion with community service. Through the Nile Humanitarian Development Agency, over 2,000 heads of cattle are being slaughtered and distributed to the vulnerable communities.
Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi walhamd.
Over 2,000 heads of cattle are being slaughtered and distributed to vulnerable communities, Cattle of Nile Humanitarian Development Agency.
But a special day for all believers, more so people who believe that Abraham was a prophet of the Almighty God who created earth and heaven. Because the exercise we are doing today in Uganda originates from when Abraham respected the command from the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
A prominent Muslim, Haj Chirarira, says that this annual sacrifice honors the devotion of Prophet Ibrahim. The beef is distributed to mosques, schools, hospitals, prisons and individual households, regardless of faith, reflecting the true spirit of aid.
We at Nile Humanitarian Development Agency, we are glad to our donors who have continued to donate animals for sacrifice on this great day for over 15 years in this country. Fellow Ugandans, I want you to join me and more so Muslims to thank His Excellency the President of Uganda, who has always been available. When you reflect at the Islamic University in Uganda, the first private university in Uganda, you reflect at the Gaddafi Mosque, where he even got his friend to come and do it for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive Gaddafi for the bad he did and reward him abundantly for all the good he did.
The act commemorates Allah's mercy when he replaced Prophet Ibrahim's son with a sheep sent through Angel Gabriel, a story central to the Eid al-Duha celebrations.
Of the believers, Prophet Abraham, who is a prophet for Jews, Christians, Muslims, Baha'is, those who believe in the living God. And we are very grateful to the Nile Humanitarian Development Agency for the offer it has given of over 2,000 cows to 62 communities countrywide.
The RDC appreciated the Turkish community's generosity and hailed President Museveni's support, which has enabled humanitarian gestures in Uganda. Charity.
This Eid al-Adha is very, very important as far as government programs are concerned. Under poverty alleviation programs, we say everyone should have an income-generating activity.
The city abattoir along Old Port Bell Road has been a bee of hive activity as Muslim faithful flock for the livestock purchase ahead of Eid celebrations. But this year the celebrations have been dampened by soaring prices of livestock.
Eid al-Adha, also referred to as the Festival of Sacrifice, holds deep spiritual significance, commemorating Prophet Ibrahim's devotion as he prepared to sacrifice his son Ismail in obedience to God. For many, the celebration is also about sharing. The meat from the sacrificed animals is distributed among family, neighbors, and the less fortunate.
We have to, being a Muslim, we have to, as a human being as well, we have to distribute and we have to participate in full sense with money, with meat to the poor. We should reach to them. You know.
It's been business unusual here at the city arbiter. However, the issue of high prices is one of the concerns raised by these people.
Traders attribute the high prices to supply chain disruptions and inflated pricing by brokers and farmers even before animals reach the market.
I come from Lena to bring the goat for sale from Kampala here. I want to something. 230, 250, the one goat.
How much is it?
Let me sell a goat. Let me sell it.
Hello,
Goats, even this one we have taken is a 400,000 shilling. You know, 400,000 shilling, because every Thursday we take this one even 250, 300. Now we have seen it's very expensive these days is the goats. Even all animals is very expensive.
However, with rising costs, many are scaling down their contributions.
It's too much expensive. This you can call it's too much expensive, and it's beyond the pocket of the even nowadays the businessman can't afford it. Before, you know, one businessman was slaughtering like 5-6 goats and 1 or 2 cows, but now he is not having that capacity because of the inflation or the business crisis, you know, which are going on nowadays.
According to traders, goat and sheep prices range between Uganda shillings 250,000 to 500,000, with this year's sales lower than last year's.
Nomwaka emera yombi twagula raina sente wa ina sente raina uzolungi mwaka guli gwasingako ate guno gukyali mu buzi kyaliwo business eyo embuzi ziri waguzabireko za bei waggulu agasoba tewalira togasoba tono.
Now it's Eid al-Adha, a sacred time of devotion, sacrifice and celebrations. But at Kampala's Kalere market, meat traders are reporting a significant drop in business during what is usually a peak of season.
Many Muslims have chosen to slaughter animals at home, staying true to tradition. The shift has led to reduced demand at major meat outlets, including Kalere and the city abattoir.
People have eaten the meat since it's Eid. Cows are expensive for us. Most of the things are expensive.
Ente za bei banna ente za bei obambyalo bazibaseera.
Cows are expensive for us.
Tutunzeko kati ng'ennyama ng'eno tugisoboza omutwalo gw'omukakaaga kyensuubira ejja kutundwa gw'omukanaana.
Business was fair. We sold a kilo of beef at 16,000 wholesale price. We received cattle at an expensive fee because of the previous drought season.
Zibadde za buseere kuba oba wakava mu kyeya ente ziba tezijja bulungi katale engeri gye ziba zikoze abalaalo oba abalunzi b'ente basooka ne baziriisa ne zisooka zigejja ne zigaininga weiti ne baziza katale.
Kalusu bwo bulwadde bubi ate nga bwatabaala ebitundu bingi eby'eggwanga batwatuwako ku disitulikiti esoba mu 30.
Business was fair. We sold a kilo of beef at 16,000 wholesale price. We received cattle at an expensive fee because of the previous drought season.
At the city abattoir, Chairman Ponsiano confirmed a noticeable decline in both the number of animals slaughtered and meat sales compared to previous Eid celebrations.
The sales were not that good as we expected. This season, we didn't give out free meat because the men from Turkey have not supported us.
Though the festival retains its deep spiritual meaning, traders say changing consumer habits and ongoing economic challenges have made this Eid season less profitable than expected.
Now let's step a little into the political. Now, youthful energy is shaking up Uganda's political space as hundreds of young NRM members picked nomination forms, eyeing positions ahead of the July 16th primaries. One of the fresh aspirants is Sovereign Kasasha, a Kampala International University graduate and current youth representative in Butaleja. She is now vying to become a woman member of parliament for Butaleja district.
Energy is shaking up Uganda's political space as hundreds of young NRM members picked nomination forms, eyeing positions ahead of the July 16th primaries. Sovereign Kasasha is such a young blood seeking to become Butaleja woman representative.
This is not the first time for me to contest in Butaleja. Already I'm a youth leader at the district. I am on the position of Female Youth Affairs in the National Youth Council of the district, but I'm also a member of the National Youth Council of Uganda. So I'm not just coming from nowhere, but I've been serving the young people of Utaleja. So I just want to elevate.
Harriet Namara, Secretary to General Salim Saleh, also picked nomination forms to contest for Kashari South in Mbarara. Why?
Contesting in my district, Kashari South. Today we are picking nomination form.
Oremo Hilary Odo is in the race for Northern Youth Representative, pledging to shield youth from exploitation. Okot Francis picked forms to contest for Aswa County.
You move, for example, in industrial area here in Kampala, you're going to find most of the security guards, the boys and girls who are guarding those buildings, guarding those companies, are from the north. And truth be said, it is so saddening and harrowing that these young people are paid peanuts. People are paid 150,000 shillings and they are living in Kampala with a very high cost of living. You find someone has worked as a security guard for 15 years and they have used all their active and youthful time on earth to work for very little money. They have debts. They cannot make anything progressive. We are going to work together, inshallah, in the 12th Parliament with the rest of the members of Parliament.
This is very crucial in my life as a politician, seeing my transition from student politics. I've been the 34th president of Uganda National Students Association, and coming into adult suffrage and mainstream politics. I'm so glad that I've been trained in the nursery bed of student politics and leadership, and coming to lead my people at the constituency level, I'm really glad.
First-time contender Komuhindo Roland picked forms for Fort Portal City Woman Representative, while Namwenge Rita, formerly with Emyoga, is eyeing Mbale City. Nahungu Bena seeks the Manafa Woman MP seat.
My people, if we get this position, we are going to utilize it to its potential. The position has big capacity to solve issues of unemployment, to solve issues of medical care, to solve issues of infrastructure, to solve issues of tourism.
Of the woman member of parliament, Mbale City, is because I want to fight for my people. I want to be a voice for the mothers. I want to be a voice for the young people. My name's Nahungu Bena, aspiring for woman member of parliament, Manafa District 2026-2031. The reason why I am aspiring for this post, it's because we have challenges in the service delivery.
Frederick Makaire has expressed interest in challenging Bugweri MP Abdu Kantundu if granted NRM flag.
Yes, Honorable Katundu has been there for 25 years and we think that's enough. It's a long time and he has not really done what we expected as the Bugweri people. Normally we thought that he would be a lobbyist. He would of course take our views but also lobby for the constituency. And the constituency is lagging behind because he has not done enough lobbying.
Nomination form picking continues until June 16th. Voting for successful aspirants is scheduled for July 16th. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
The Special Forces Command, SFC, has responded to a formal complaint lodged by Godwin Eron, a resident of Buere village in Manufua district, whose house was damaged by strong wind currents caused by the landing and departure of the presidential helicopter. The SFC has delivered 29 million shillings to assist with the renovation of Eron's house. The funds are also intended to cover the costs of temporary accommodation for the family during the renovation period. The compensation was delivered by Major Newton Isaac Namazima, who represented the SFC Chief of Staff. Let's hear more in this report.
On behalf of Special Forces Command, to hand over this compensation package amounting to 29 million 184,000 Uganda shillings.
The Special Forces Command has compensated Mr. Aaron, a resident in Manafa district, with 29 million Uganda shillings to ensure that he refurbishes his house that was damaged by the presidential chopper. The incident occurred in December 2024 during a parish development model function attended by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. It is alleged that the chopper, upon landing and later departing, generated powerful winds that damaged Mr. Aaron's house. Following the incident, the Manafwa District Security Committee reported the matter to the Special Forces Command.
This is yet another important moment where we experience the commitment of Uganda People's Defense Forces to its roles as a people's force, especially the aspect of fostering harmony and understanding with the civilian population and local authorities.
A team was dispatched to assess the situation. The winds reportedly lifted the roof, dislodged nails, and exposed structure weaknesses, although windows, doors, and internal wiring remained intact. An official assessment concluded that the damage was minor and largely attributed to poor workmanship during the initial construction.
I want to re-echo our remorse for the amount of time and stress that the situation caused by our vessel could have caused to the family of Mr. Tesike during that time, up to today when we come to bring this comfort, that the psychological discomfort must have been heavy on you, but we also recognize that after today or a month of this renovation, you will be happier than before.
The SFC has covered the full cost of repairs and advised the occupants to temporarily vacate the house to allow smooth rehabilitation.
And the compensation has a provision of his temporary accommodation in another place as the renovations go on. All this is possible because of the professionalism of the force and the continuous message of the Commander-in-Chief, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, about careful handling and purposeful handling of the local population and the citizenry in a manner befitting.
The resident district commissioner, Manafwa District, Webule Patience, welcomed the development and pledged to oversee the rehabilitation process.
But Manafwa is as happy as you see them. They will show you, even in the box, they will show you. And that is them. We are foot soldiers, and when you respond to what our communities have gone through, it gives us a lot of energy to work. We are really humbled by your honesty.
Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. Thank you for responding. This is the government that responds to such calls.
Mr. Aaron expressed gratitude, saying he was relieved the matter had been resolved and that his home would be restored.
And so I would like to encourage you that in the next coming recruitments, feel free to send your children to join a professional force, Uganda People's Defense Forces, and they will have a lot of humility in responding back to issues of their community.
Ivan Kahwa in Manafwa District.
In this digital era where knowledge is just a click away, how we store, share, and protect information can shape the future. At Makerere University, the goal this week has been clear: improve how we manage data before it outgrows us.
This week, Makerere's lecturers, librarians, and RICO's officers swapped paper for screens, taking part in a practical course on digital data management and preservation.
So now a bibliography provides evidence that the documental heritage has been used by scholars. Don't mind about issue of accessibility, but that document, was it just really kept for 100 years? Or it was used and referred to. Like when you talk about the letter which was written by Kabaka to the Queen, people have referred to it, isn't it? That is why I can read.
The week-long training at the School of Computing and Information Sciences is a partnership between Makerere University, the Uganda National Commission for UNESCO, and Memory of the World institutions.
As we are pursuing the
the digital agenda and contributing to realization of this, which is part of the Sustainable Development Goals. And in line with the pillars, coordination and leadership, very important, in as far as we get common approach to be able to achieve a shared objective. The issues of connectivity keep coming here for us. We know it's a problem, and infrastructure, issue of tools and equipment being asked. I think that is something which we are still battling with.
Leading the way is Professor Elisma Magara with digital expert Zima from FC Tech, helping protect Africa's documentary heritage before it disappears.
I don't want to say the one is better than the other. I don't want to do black and white, good and bad kind of things. I just want to say there are pitfalls and risks involved in managing the digital, which need to be very, very collaboratively and collectively addressed, which is why developing common understanding across different roles, management roles, technician roles, everyone needs to be around that table and part of a conversation. Otherwise, you end up with those silos. They're not unique to Uganda. I think they are a universal problem.
In attendance are archivists, curators, and digital collection heads, the silent keepers of our history. A powerful showcase on Uganda's documentary records showed progress, but also big gaps. UN Articons Dr. Dominic Ogo Lali cautioned against rushing to go fully digital. He warned that overdependence on tech could hurt our reading habits and bring new risks like data breaches and ethical issues in the AI era.
We need a mixed approach, because when we go full blast the other way, it will be an extreme, and we are affected at the other side. So that is also something. So the culture of digital literacy is good, but it has to be within the as he said, the use, the purpose should be very clear.
Now, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has reaffirmed government's commitment to strengthen health services through specialized treatment centers for conditions such as heart diseases. This message was delivered by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Taiba, during a requiem mass of Cedric Brian Babu Ndilima, son of Captain Francis Babu, who passed away in Kenya after a heart-related emergency.
Hundreds of mourners this Friday gathered at Ruaga Cathedral to celebrate the life of the late Cedric Babu, who passed on in a Nairobi hospital early this week. Portraits of the late Cedric lined the cathedral, where a condolence book was opened for tributes. Archbishop Opose Mogere led the mass and encouraged the family to find strength and comfort in God.
To assure you that God sees all the pain you have, and He calls you to find comfort in Him. He tells us in Matthew chapter 11 to come to Him when we are weary and overburdened.
President Museveni condoled with the family and promised continued efforts to reduce the burden of seeking specialized treatment abroad.
I saw many people who are saying, no, health services are down, everything. Some even respected people said Cedric wouldn't have died if we had critical health services. I think this was Cedric's time. If it was for health facilities, for money, Cedric would have been saved. I should inform you that it is our deliberate policy as a government to ensure that now we put in place all the infrastructure needed for specialized services. Specifically for cardiovascular services, we are now building a specialized hospital at Naguru, worth 270 billion.
Buganda Kingdom's message, read by Israel Chitoke, praised Cedric's legacy and service. The Nabagereka, former Katikkiro Mulwanyamuli and Owekitiibwa Robert Sebunyawa in attendance.
Tunakuwazza nnyo kitalo ddala. Tukusaasidde nnyo okuviibwako omwana omukulu bw'ati bwe mbadde mutambuza emirimu egy'enjawulo. Tetusobola na kuteebereza bulumi bw'oyitamu mu kaseera kano awamu n'ab'ennyumba yammwe bonna.
Captain Babu described his son as a long-life sports icon and pledged to celebrate his life, not mourn.
For many years I have not cried. That morning I cried like a baby. We had a pediatrician, a lady in Nairobi. And Cedric used to kick and cry. He started the sports when he was young. He started kicking us and telling us. So every time he cried and kicked, we went to this pediatrician. So the one time we went to her and she said, don't come back until he keeps quiet. As long as he's kicking, he's all right. That means he's a sportsman. And for that, I got the inspiration that this young man should go to school where they have extra curriculum studies, that is sports and many others. And we took my Cedric to Kenton College in Nairobi. And he was probably one of the best sportsmen because he was an all-rounder.
Emotional tributes came from Olive Zaitun Chigongo and Cedric's children.
He had had a heart failure, and I can tell you as a mother that I had never seen Cedric in hospital.
Always there for me, and he would come and watch me play every single tournament I had, and even if I had won or lost, he'd still give me a big hug.
Standing here in this church, a place of faith, a place of peace, I'm reminded of my dad's quiet strength and the foundation he gave us.
I know that we can't see you, but I can feel your presence. I know you are in a better place with God. I will never forget what you did for us and our family. We will miss you forever. Rest easy, Dad. Love you loads.
Also present were members of the Patriotic League of Uganda, led by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, a close friend of the late Cedric.
Happy, and there is another memories we had with him, the MK run. I think that MK run was the last one. And he was like, Susan, don't worry, you will make it in Kampala Central. We shall see that we do whatever it takes.
I'm going to miss his kindness, his love for country.
We have lost it. Honorable Cedric Babu has been our vice chairperson, Kampala Metropolitan Area. Has been a very good man, so responsible.
Cedric had a smile that would light our darkness. Abadenga ayogera nnyo ekigambo n'atugamba, you people look after each other.
Was a strong, good, efficient young man, hardworking. Definitely we are going to miss him.
Cedric Brian Babundi Lima, former UBC Communications Director, will be laid to rest at his ancestral home in Buwala Village, Kamengo Sub-County, Mpigi District. Amwa Evanjuko and Dan Lugemwa for UBC.
Brought to you by
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
This is a short story about you. No, I don't mean that this is you. No, this is not you. This is me. Of course, this can't be you. This can't be you because you think these things of touring Uganda are for rich people. You think these touring things are for people celebrating anniversaries. This can't be you. Because you think to enjoy wildlife, you have to first put in a leave request at work. Chimpanzees are just a 30 minutes boat ride from Entebbe. And you get a chance to feed name a chimpanzee, or even adopt a chimpanzee. You can even actually use this as a rehearsal to see if you can really provide food for another living thing. God gave us a beautiful country on a budget. We don't have to fly there, we are already here. This is ours, uniquely ours.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SITs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for Equi-Life Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest Equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4 and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Brought to you by
And into the world of business, a delegation of eminent tour agents from India has completed a 10-day familiarization trip across Uganda aimed at exploring the country's rich tourism potential and enhancing bilateral trade. The initiative is part of the broader strategy of grow Uganda's economy tenfold from $50 billion to $500 billion by 2040.
The delegates of eminent tour agents from India have explored Uganda's iconic tourist destinations, including the world-renowned Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, home to endangered mountain gorillas. The group expressed admiration for Uganda's natural beauty and cultural richness.
For marketing Africa for so many years is that, in our view, Kenya Tourism Board has over-marketed the migration. So every client who will call, all of us will first say that I want to go in the month of August, which is over-marketing for a certain period of time, and everyone else reads the reviews on TripAdvisor and they'll say, oh, it will be raining in May, so I cannot go. So with Uganda, we should not just focus on the gorillas. It should be an overall experience. Otherwise, there'll be only a certain number of permits.
And rest assured, you've got the 2 B's right. The 3rd B, which is business, will automatically come. So there is no way the business will not come to you. Let's just get the first 2 B's together. Let us map out, the path for us for the next couple of years. Commitment there from both sides. Commitment there from the High Commission. Nothing can go wrong. You've got all the boxes ticked for you. We just need to reset a couple of things that we think, it's just very easy to do that. And I think we've got an absolute rock star of a destination.
The Uganda High Commissioner to New Delhi emphasized that the trip marks a turning point in Uganda's diplomatic and economic strategy.
Another landmark which our two operators told us is the ability for the mission in New Delhi to issue electronic visas to all intending travelers in less than 48 hours. That is really good. Thank you. Thank you. Government has also prioritized the improvement of tourism infrastructure, including roads, domestic airports, electricity, and internet connectivity in order to guarantee holistic and unforgettable tourism experience. And I saw this myself Some of the roads are really, really beautiful.
Uganda Tourism Board's marketing manager Francis Nyende states objectives of the partnership, which include increasing visibility, strengthening alliances with Indian tour operators, and encouraging investment.
And to us, we're going to build a very beautiful relationship that will flourish and do a lot more than just tourism. But I'll just hint on the 4 core objectives that UTB will have out of the engagement with India, in the India travel ecosystem. One of the most important ones is for us to increase our destination visibility, and I think every speaker has rightly called out the need for Uganda to be marketed a lot better.
The India-Uganda partnership is further expected to open up new investment avenues and deepen economic ties as Uganda positions itself as a premium tourism destination. Mary Namkose, Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Now, Uganda's export earnings grew by 26% in the year ending March 2025, reaching $9.3 billion, with the fisheries sectors among the leading contributors. This was highlighted during President Yoweri Museveni's State of the Nation address on Thursday.
The total value of fish catches from all the water bodies has steadily increased since government deployed armed forces to assist in fisheries enforcement.
As of March 2025, Uganda earned $177.69 million from fish exports, an achievement recognized by President Yoweri Museveni.
Currently, we are producing 658,000 metric tons of fish annually. The availability of raw material fish sustained operations of 12 fish processing factories.
The president attributed the success to sustained government attention to the fisheries sector.
The fisheries unit has been able to stop overfishing or reduce it, although they also accused once in a while of being also seen as.
We all know by 2017 we had almost lost the lakes to the hands of those who were depleting the lake. And by then there were less than 6 factories. But today we have 12 factories, meaning His Excellency has revived the fishery industry.
Despite its economic promise, second only to coffee, the sector still faces threats, notably illegal fishing and environmental degradation.
You know, this is a God-given resource, and people just want to deplete the lake because it is a free resource that God has given us, without knowing that that sector of fisheries employs more youth, more women, and the moment we destroy, the majority of people will become idle.
Minister Adowa called for a coordinated stakeholder efforts to protect water bodies and sustain gains in the fisheries economy.
When soldiers try to protect the lake, it is not that they are pushing you away from the lake, but they are helping you, they are helping government, but also the generations to come. I always tell my fishermen, if our forefathers mishandled the lake the way we are doing it now, we would have no lake today.
From US dollars 148.7 million in 2020-2021 financial year to US dollars 152.8 million in 2023-2024 financial year, the trend signals continued growth if challenges are tackled head on. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you once again for allowing us into your space. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. We will indeed meet again at 10 o'clock. But for now, let's head over to Nagalama, where Minister Balam Barugahara is handling a youth rally.
The sky that create, give it to the stage, not for them to raise, the most of the